You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. We had some technical difficulties with the camera. But what we were saying is that Tiffany's kind of been through some interesting situations regarding her transition. So, Tiffany, you mind talking about your process?
Sure. It took me a while to debate if I was gonna go natural. I started off with kinky twist, and while I had kinky twist, I finally decided to go ahead and do it. I was nervous, I was scared, but I said, what the heck, if I have these braids in my hair and I had so much new growth, if I was gonna go natural, it was time for me to just go ahead and do it. I transitioned on my own before I hooked up with Shawn for about 2 weeks. And then, like he said, I would wear protective styling. Then in between doing protective styles, I was playing around with my hair one day and twirled my finger around my hair and the little hair curled up and I got excited.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to Shawn and was like, oh, I'm just ready to cut all my hair off. I was excited. So I have no regrets at all. I love watching YouTube, very informative. And Shawn's the man.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Well, I was telling Tiffany I originally was going to give her a rest. I wasn't going to have her do all of this, but she's actually one of the clients that made me decide to do these videos. So a lot of the times when people come in, again, in their consultation, they talk about what they learned on YouTube, and they have different confusions about going natural and what the process is, what can they expect, and also, what the reactions are from other people regarding the natural process. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It's all of the questions of what will my husband think, what will the people at my job think, is it professional enough, is it, what are the myths that they're going to associate, are they going to think that I'm not, are they going to think that I'm not a kept person because, some days you have frizzies, some days it's, some days your hair is cute and some days your body just don't feel like being cute today and you just have bad hair days. And you, like with Tiffany, she basically she pulls her hair back in the headband and rock her big earrings and she just keep on going. And that's, that's kind of the point of doing the videos, is to kind of give some encouragement as well as some instruction, because it's not always easy, but it's worth it. So right now, as far as her color, we're doing another custom color. Like I said, I do a lot of color. And with her, she wears a high lip color, but we do kind of a variance where I kind of, almost like an ombre technique, if you will, with her color. So in this case, I do use a pre-lightener for her, but with the pre-lightener, I actually make sure that I use an oil with that in order to, number one, slow down the lightening process, and number two, make it a gentler lift. So if you're going to pre-lighten natural hair requires more moisture than relaxed hair. So you also, and with relaxed hair, if they have a case of dryness, I do this as well, so that they have a gentler lift. But you want to make sure you measure, again, the porosity of the hair. If you're doing this at home, which I really don't recommend people do high lip tones at home, but definitely measure the porosity of your hair and what your hair is able to do. And if it's not as hydrated as you want it to be, then you're going to have to adjust your formula accordingly before you lift your hair. So, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but what experiences have you gotten with your natural hair journey? Like, what reactions did you get? What your husband think at first? All of that.
He loves my natural hair. I talk about it all the time. He gets tired of hearing me talking about natural hair. Every time I come home with a bag, he swear I have hair products, and I don't. Like I was telling you earlier, my cousin from Ohio, I saw her this weekend, and she was like, your hair is nappy. I said, no, my hair is not nappy. She said, well, let me just say, I'm not used to you with your hair being this texture. Then I asked my stepdad one day, too, you like my hair? He said, no. It's too nappy.
Okay.
I said, no, my hair is not nappy.
But go ahead.
I get stopped everywhere I go. Who does your hair? I like your hair. I need to know what to do with my hair. Like the lady I was telling you in the mall, she had something on her head, and she said she had about 6 months of new growth, and she was ready to get it cut off. And I promote it. Go natural. Do the big chop, do the transition, whatever. I don't regret cutting all my hair off. I'm loving it. I enjoy it. Love my natural hair.
Yeah, I mean, with that situation, like I can't tell you how many people really wish they had your texture of hair. It's one of those things where it's always like the grass is green on the other side, and the people who have soft hair, they wish their hair was coarser. The people who have coarse hair, they wish their hair was softer. So a lot of times people will come in for their consult, and they'll come in with a picture, and they're like, oh, I want my hair like this person. Is usually like somebody that they consider as, as leaders in the natural care industry. Mm-hmm. But they're like, I want my hair like this person. And I try to explain, no two people that I do that are natural have the same type of hair. Mm-hmm. None of them. Like, none of them. So, as a result of that, I have to adjust accordingly. So, certain products are going to work for one person. I may have to measure and, take into consideration something else for someone different.
Right.
So, I try to keep my products as simple as possible. But at the same time, I have to, measure what to use on who. So that goes out to those people who have sent me questions about what do you use on natural hair, that type of, on their natural hair. Really, it's almost a trial and error situation. You have to really kind of, and that's what we're talking about with Curlbox, which is so good because they have so many options for so many different types of natural people. So versus someone who, and I was explaining before, who is natural but they wear their hair pressed out. Well, you're not going to wear the same type of, you're not going to use the same product as someone who's natural and their hair is coarser, or someone with my hair type who is soft, who has softer hair. I would probably need more hold in order to manipulate my twist versus someone who has a coarser texture of hair. They can almost use like oil and water to, get the result that they need. Mm-hmm. My hair would laugh at oil and water. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on your texture itself. And that's why I would like to get into products, but I will tell you, if you find a good product, really you need a good two products. We were also talking about that. You were saying, right, you need to be able to know, okay, well, your hair has had enough of this. You may need to switch over to this for a little while, come back to this. But all in all, keep your stuff very simple. Get you a good, a good non-sulfate shampoo. Get you a good clarifying shampoo for when your hair has additional buildup that you need to go ahead and cleanse and then start over. You definitely want to get you a good conditioning regimen, whether that be hot oil treatments. The hair needs three things. It needs protein, moisture, and oil. So you're going to always have to measure which one of those. It's kind of like chemistry. You have to measure which one of those you need at the time and apply that one. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to need something you're definitely going to need something for moisture. You're also going to need something for, protein. So in reconstructive. Of course, like when my clients are here, I handle that for them. But at home, because I'm using reconstructive products, I expect them to follow up with their moisturizing products to counteract that. So that's that. Now about this color, like I said, we're going to go ahead and let her color process for a while and pre-lighten to the point where I need it, and then I'll go back in and tone it. I'll probably use a combination of level 5, level 6, which is like a dark blonde, medium brown tone, and then it'll blend into the blonde tone, which you probably see through the cap. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you the finished result.